The ocean's most intelligent predator. How orcas conquered the deep. Far off the rugged coastline of Western Australia, there is a place marine scientists call the Patch. At first glance, it looks ordinary: cold water, open ocean, nothing unusual. But every winter, something extraordinary happens here. The calm surface suddenly comes alive. Dark dorsal fins slice silently through the water. Powerful bodies move just beneath the waves. And somewhere in the darkness below, a creature that ruled the deep for millions of years may be fighting for its life. A giant squid. But the hunter chasing it is not a shark, not a massive whale, and not some prehistoric sea monster. It is something far more surprising. A dolphin. A dolphin that evolved into one of the most powerful predators on Earth, the orca. Often called the killer whale, the orca is far more than just another marine predator. It is a strategist, a teacher, a social animal with complex communication and culture, and possibly one of the most intelligent hunters ever to evolve in the ocean. But how did a dolphin become the ruler of the seas? And how did it learn to defeat creatures that once dominated the deep ocean? To answer that, we need to travel millions of years back in time. The monsters of the deep. Long before whales existed, the deep ocean belonged to something else entirely. Creatures so strange they almost look alien. Giant squid, colossal squid. These animals evolved in a world without sunlight. Their bodies were shaped by darkness, extreme pressure, and the need to survive. Their tentacles are covered in rotating hooks and razor-sharp rings designed to grip prey and tear flesh. Their beaks are powerful enough to crush bones and shells. And their eyes, some the size of dinner plates, are among the largest in the entire animal kingdom. Why such enormous eyes? Because in the deep ocean, light barely exists. Any small flash of movement could mean food or danger. For millions of years, these squid were the rulers of the abyss. Silent hunters in a dark world. So what creature could possibly challenge them? Surprisingly, the answer came from land, when mammals returned to the sea. Around 50 million years ago, something remarkable began to happen. A group of land mammals started moving towards the ocean. Instead of adapting further to life on land, they began evolving for life in water. Legs slowly transformed into flippers. Bodies became streamlined, and lungs evolved to store enormous amounts of oxygen. Over millions of years, these early mammals transformed into whales and dolphins. But one branch of this evolutionary journey produced something extraordinary. An animal that combined intelligence, speed, and teamwork. The orca. And when this predator appeared, the balance of power in the ocean began to change forever. The rise of an apex-mind orcas are the largest members of the dolphin family. Adult males can grow up to 9 meters long and weigh more than 10 tons. But size alone doesn't explain their success. The real advantage of the orca lies inside its skull, its brain. An orca brain can weigh more than 6 kilograms, making it one of the largest brains in the animal kingdom. But what makes it truly remarkable is its structure. The surface of the brain, the cerebral cortex, is covered in deep folds. These folds dramatically increase the brain's processing power. In fact, the folding pattern in an orca brain is even more complex than in humans. But why would a predator need such advanced intelligence? Because the environment they hunt in is one of the most extreme places on Earth. The deep ocean, the challenge of the deep sea. The deep ocean is a brutal environment. Every 10 meters of depth adds another atmosphere of pressure. At 1,000 feet, pressure is already about 30 times greater than at the surface. At 3,000 feet, it becomes crushing. For humans, diving even 100 feet without special equipment can cause dangerous effects like nitrogen narcosis. But orcas dive far deeper. So how do they survive? The answer is astonishing. Before making a deep dive, an orca takes a massive breath. Then something incredible happens. Its lungs collapse completely. This might sound dangerous, but it is actually a brilliant adaptation. By collapsing their lungs, orcas prevent nitrogen from entering their bloodstream. This protects them from decompression sickness, also known as the bends. But this creates another question. If their lungs collapse, where do they store oxygen? The answer lies in their blood and muscles. Orcas have extremely high concentrations of hemoglobin and myoglobin, proteins that store oxygen. These allow them to remain underwater for up to 15 minutes while diving hundreds of meters into darkness. But finding prey in that darkness requires something even more extraordinary, a completely different way of seeing. Seeing with sound. Instead of relying on sight, orcas use echolocation. They produce rapid clicking sounds using specialized structures in their nasal passages. These sound waves pass through a fatty organ in the forehead called the melon. The melon focuses the sound into a powerful beam. When the sound waves hit an object, like a fish, a seal, or a squid, they bounce back as echoes. Those echoes travel through fatty tissues in the jaw directly to the brain. Within milliseconds, the orca can determine the size of the object, its shape, how fast it is moving, and even parts of its internal structure. Some studies suggest orcas can detect objects as small as a golf ball from hundreds of feet away. But scientists suspect something even more surprising. Orcas may be able to weaponize sound. Their sonar clicks can reach more than 220 decibels, louder than a jet engine. Soft-bodied animals like squid may become disoriented or stunned by these powerful sound pulses. If this theory proves correct, it would mean orcas are not just hunters. They may be using acoustic weapons. But even with such abilities, hunting giant squid is still dangerous. So instead of relying on strength, orcas rely on intelligence. Hunting the giant squid. A giant squid represents an enormous source of energy. For an orcapod, capturing one could provide food for days. But attacking it directly would be extremely risky. Its tentacles are covered in rotating hooks designed to slice through flesh. So, instead of fighting, orcas use physics. Marine biologists call this strategy the barometric kill. An orca first locates a squid deep underwater using sonar. Then it begins forcing the squid upward. The squid tries to escape deeper, but the orca blocks its path. Slowly, the chase moves toward the surface, and something devastating begins to happen. Squids are perfectly adapted to high pressure, but when they rise too quickly, the sudden drop in pressure causes catastrophic internal damage. Gas bubbles form inside their tissues. Organs rupture. Eyes begin to bulge outward. By the time the squid reaches shallow water, it may already be dying. The orca can feed safely. No dangerous battle required. But giant squid aren't the only predators in this part of the ocean. There is another hunter here, one even larger than the orca, rival of the deep. The sperm whale is the largest toothed predator on Earth. These enormous animals can dive more than 2,000 meters and remain underwater for over an hour. Their favorite prey? Squid.